So the other day I bought a total of 15 of these mangoes at Walmart. They're large and they were very firm. And just in a few days, which surprises me, but just in a few days, they've really softened up. So I've kind of taken some of these out, taken 5 of these out, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut them up. And they're delicious. I use them in cereals that I make, such as oatmeal and other things. And they sweeten up. I use them as a sweetener. Put them in the freezer, freeze them up, and then pull them out when I need to sweeten certain things that I like to eat. So once I finish cutting off the mango from the mango seed, I go ahead and then squeeze it and get all the juices out of it that I can. Got to be careful, it'll fly right out of your hands. So anyway, I squeeze all the juice out that I can get out of it. Sometimes when you're doing the mangoes and they feel soft on the outside of the skin, and then you start peeling them and they feel kind of rubbery, that means they could have waited another day or two. I like them when they're not rubbery and not firm, but really really soft. But anyway, this is good. And I'll go ahead and take all these mangoes and just stir them up really good. And I'll put them in a plastic sack and freeze them. I'll make sure to get all the air out of it and stick it in the freezer. So these are some mangoes that I got, and I put them in these little bags and squeeze the air out of them, and then just put them in the freezer. And the next morning when I'm having oatmeal or something like that, or anything that would allow me to put mango in it to sweeten it up, I'll just go ahead and put this under a little bit of water, soften it up, crack it open, and take half of this out and put it in my cereal or whatever, so I can save these. And I've done that with bananas, easy to do with bananas. And I make a lot of smoothies with banana. And also strawberries. Now this is too thick. You need to put them in smaller bags so that you have little individual servings for your morning smoothies or whatever. And then I have blackberries from the blackberries that we had. I do the same with this. I'll put it under water, crack it open a little bit, take out some blackberries, and then go ahead and save the rest for the next day. So it's a way that I love eating fruit, and this is one way that I can really enjoy my fruit. I also have in the refrigerator some blueberries. So these blueberries from Costco are great, and I go through a bunch of these. We grow a lot of our own blueberries, but they don't last all year long. And so I put these in and mix them up in my oatmeal, etc. And then Vicky got some of these organic pineapple chunks also from Costco. But I love fruit, and if you love fruit and you want to have access to it, you can freeze it and buy it frozen, and it just makes life more enjoyable. Oh, that's not all that I keep frozen. This guy right here was a nice flounder, and I just got him last week. He was about an 18-inch flounder, cut off the head, tail, and I leave the scales, the skin on it. When Vicky cooks it in the oven, this just peels right off so easy, and she bakes it, and I mean, flounder is just one of the most marvelous tasting fishes. Doesn't taste fishy at all. I don't eat a lot of meat, not even fish, but it's nice to have these around occasionally. Can you see the difference in color between these two mangoes? This one is much lighter colored yellow, and this one is more orange. And this one's more rubbery and not quite as ready to go, and even though it felt soft. And this one is almost squishy. I could squish that. And it still has some firmness to it, but it's sweeter that way. So I guess probably when you're getting ready to cut your mangoes, if they feel soft on the outside, but they still feel rubbery on the inside, maybe they needed to go another day or so. But anyway, I like mine to be sweet and juicy. That's what I like. And sometimes you have to wait right up until that peak of perfection time. And if you wait much longer than that, then they're going to be gone. So it's kind of timing. It's a real timing thing when it comes to mangoes and getting really sweet, juicy pieces. I need more juice so that when I put these in the little plastic bags, I can squeeze them and get the air out because I have plenty of juice to come in there and take that out. So you can see I'm just using the Great Value snack sacks. I get 100 bags, not very expensive at all, and that's all you need to store your stuff in. Don't need the big freezer bags. If you can get all the air out and it freezes that way, then you don't have to worry about it. So 5 mangoes make these bags right here, and before I put them in the freezer, I need to dry them off because I don't want them sticking to each other. And so that's just how you keep them from sticking together. Don't want that to happen. And so anyway, this is what we do. And they go into the freezer. And they're kind of slippery. Gotta put them someplace where they'll lay flat. And we don't have a lot of freezer space, but they go in the freezer like that. Not like that, but separated so they can freeze hard. And then we'll go ahead and we can put them together later. What do we do with these guys? Well, we have an organic garden out there, and we throw all of our stuff that's organic into the organic dirt to make our organic garden and feed the worms and everything else. And since I'm out here and I've got a lot of figs coming ripe, I probably ought to pick a few. And yeah, better pick a few. Yep, they're getting plenty ripe right now. Can you see this? I can't hardly see into my camera. So if you've never had fresh figs, you're kind of missing out because they're really good. And get them just right, they get sweet. And it doesn't take long for them to open up on the backside, and then the insects get in there. And so anything that comes ripe, you got to clear them off the trees so that you don't have a bunch of bugs all over the place. But these are really good. And so you need to try some sometime. And since I'm out here, I thought I might as well go ahead and check my muscadines. They should be turning colors. Yeah, they're turning black. And when they get soft to the touch, in other words, when you can squeeze them and they don't feel solid, then they turn real sweet and you can eat those. And I think I have plenty. I've got, oh my goodness, I have 2 75-foot rows of these muscadines. Yum. And it won't be long before our Fuyu Japanese persimmons are ready to go, probably another month or two. Usually about October, November, that's when they really come in good. And they are so delicious. So after the muscadines and after the figs, we have these Japanese persimmons. And we have another Japanese persimmon tree over there. So we have a lot to look forward to yet, even though the season is closing out. And this is where that phenomenal watermelon patch is. I got it all cleaned out now, and all the watermelons harvested, And just the vines laid out here so they'll dry out and I'll be able to get rid of those. Nice to have a place where you have wood chip mulch and you can grow the kind of things we're able to grow with wood chip mulch. Awesome.